know how the world works?
It's him. Do we proceed? Yes.
What if I told you the reality you know is one of many?
This doesn't make any sense.
Not everything does. Not everything has to.
Welcome to the end of your life, and I promise it's going to hurt.
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up.
Welcome to the Midwest Anime Show. I'm your host, DOC, with my partner in crime, Mr. Conspiracy.
Oh, stop it. You're too kind. I am Mr. Conspiracy. And oh yeah, back to that other guy.
We want to take time out to thank our sponsor, Anime T-Shirts Today, your #1 source for anime. You can check out their website at www.animetshirtstoday.com. Welcome to the Midwest Anime Show, episode 001. I'm your host, DOC, with my man, Mr. Conspiracy.
What's going on out there, anime world? It's your boy, Mr. Conspiracy, bringing episode 001 to you today. DOC, let's go ahead and get into the show.
Well, for all our fans out there, I know you've been waiting on this. Dragon Ball Z Super. I think it's important to know if you don't have any backstory on Dragon Ball Z Super, because I know there's a bunch of different timelines when it comes to Dragon Ball Z, the universe as a whole. So last time we left off was Dragon Ball GT was the last title, but what makes Dragon Ball Z Super different is because it's not canon technically, because the creator of Dragon Ball Z did not create Dragon Ball GT. So therefore, they basically blanked GT out of the universe, kind of like how X-Men did. They said the first couple didn't count because they were checked up. So that's kind of what we ended up doing with Dragon Ball Z. So a little backstory again. So this picks up actually right after the Majin Buu arc, and it's the continuation from there. So you can forget what you know about Super Saiyan 4 and all that. Doesn't exist, didn't happen. So we're on a whole new playing field now. What do you think, Mr. Conspiracy? What do you think about that?
Actually, I think that they had a great idea of starting right after they defeated Majin Buu, because Dragon Ball GT was just, I don't want to say it was just so unrealistic, but I think that they just focused too much on Goku and then just threw the rest of the characters away, which was pretty ridiculous. So Dragon Ball Super, that's actually focusing on everyone. And my boy Vegeta is finally back in action. That is my man. And Dragon Ball Super is just really focusing a lot on Goku and Vegeta, with them being more equal than just their supers. It is just amazing how, you know, they actually did that, when they can actually include Vegeta more as a good guy than that whole attitude bad guy situation. And Dragon Ball Super, I think, is going to be amazing for the fans who really don't know or haven't actually seen the first episode. And one thing about Dragon Ball Super is the first two arcs that they actually did when it came to Dragon Ball Super was that they combined both of the brand new Dragon Ball movies. The movie where they first introduced Beerus, and then the movie where Frieza came back and he somehow became Golden Frieza. We're going to talk about that as well, because he just got some special power up that just all of a sudden he's just stronger than Boo, and you know, we don't even understand that part. So we're going to go ahead and get into that a little bit later as well. But those two movies, combining them as one just to start out Dragon Ball Super, I kind of had a problem with that. DOC, what did you think about that?
I think the biggest issue I had with it was the simple fact that instead of being original, and I think it caught them off guard, the amount of people who are in love with Dragon Ball Z, because you got to remember, Dragon Ball, the original, started in the 1980s. So for most people, if you like me, you know, you're in your 30s, man, you've been watching Dragon Ball for a minute. So I think when it came to that, they did them a disservice, and I don't think they anticipated the fan reaction. Like you said, putting the two movies together, if you saw the first two movies, you basically saw the first 30 or 40 episodes of Dragon Ball Z Super, which kind of sucks for people because if you like me and you paying a Crunchyroll subscription and you already seen the movies, that's kind of jacked up. I ain't gonna be mad at you, Funimation, because you're getting your money, but I'm just saying it's a little jacked up. But I think, you know, I get why they did it. The anticipation. People love Dragon Ball Z. It's still one of the greatest animes that's ever been created, and I think the fans like us, you know, we went crazy for it. We're the one who caused this to happen. So I can't blame anybody, not you Funimation, but I can, you know, it was us who created this moment for Dragon Ball Z. That's what I think, Mr. Conspiracy.
Okay, well, let me also ask you just a few other questions, especially because I think that the fans also have been thinking about this as well, the ones who've actually seen Dragon Ball Super. And that is, when it comes to Dragon Ball Super, we're now dealing with people who are much, much stronger than Majin Buu could ever hope to be. And we're having new characters. We don't even know if they're good or evil. And what do you really think about this? Because ever since they introduced Beerus, now we have these deities who are supposed to be gods. I mean, what can we actually hope to see in the near future when it comes to all of these powerful people? I mean, is Goku even going to matter soon? What do you think about that?
I think we're getting to the point, you know, one of the biggest complaints I always have about Dragon Ball Z is it's like, just when you thought they were strong as they could be, there's another level, and then another level of Super Saiyan, and then, you know, now, you know, with the movies, it's the Super Saiyan God. Spoiler alert, if you didn't, let me throw that out there just in case you didn't see that. Spoiler alert, you know, we got Super Saiyan God, and then, you know, why is Super Saiyan God red versus Super Saiyan blue? You know, I mean, I take issue with it because it's like, man, at some point in time, like you said, we've put gods in there now. We're no longer talking about aliens. We're talking about straight gods. And we're not even talking about just regular gods. We got gods beyond gods, because you got the Kais, the 4 Kais. Now you got the Supreme Kais. And now you got the God of Destruction. You got Whis. And then we find out, guess what? There's more than one universe. I don't know, man. I kind of feel like you're doing the whole DC universe. Hey, look, there's multiple versions of people. I don't know, man. Should DC be on them about this? Because I feel like they copping somebody, man.
Well, DC got their own problems, man. So let's go ahead and leave DC out of this, all right? But they got their own problems already. But I'm happy that you brought up the Kais, because there is one thing that I've always been interested in when it came to the Kais. The Kais are supposed to be these great beings. And Dragon Ball Super finally introduced them as so-called gods. Well, if they're gods, why are they so weak? That's what I want to know. And you have the regular Kais of the North, South, East, and West. You have the Supreme Kais, you know, and then also the Grand Kai, which we haven't seen him since I don't know when, you know, since Goku died probably the billionth time, you know. I mean, he's been dead so much, you know. I mean, why they keep even bringing him back?
Hey, man, because the story is about Goku. No matter what they tell you, it's always been about Goku. So don't matter how many times he died. You know, we not in it because it makes sense. We in it because we love anime.
So then, I guess you just answered my question then. No matter what happens, it don't make sense and it's not supposed to. So I'm going to go ahead and stop asking logical questions then, if that is the case.
I think you got to throw logic out the equation. We are talking about anime here. They do a lot of things that don't make sense. But when it comes to, you know, Dragon Ball Z Super, I mean, I get it. Goku, you know, he has died a bunch. You know, the Supreme Kais, like you, I had the same question. Why are they so weak? How can it be? I get they Saiyans. Because what you telling me about these Saiyans is, other than Frieza's race, Saiyans got to be the hardest thing in the planet. Like, there is nothing harder than these Saiyans. Like, you can't beat them. You can't do nothing. And, you know, I guess Frieza knew something everybody else didn't do. If he didn't put them down, but we find out it wasn't Frieza's choice to do that. That was more Beerus.
Spoiler alert, by the way, for the people who don't know that. I don't know why DLC does not say this beforehand. We apologize.
Hey, man, I tell you what, from this point forward, the whole episode is a spoiler alert. So you don't have to ask if it is or if it isn't. It's a spoiler alert, okay? That way, me and Mr. Conspiracy can talk regular. All y'all folks, if you don't want to know, cut it off right now. You don't want to know what's going on. This is not the podcast for you. This is the Midwest Anime Show, baby. We talking about the things that's relevant. If you don't read manga, you don't have a Crunchyroll account, or you don't have Hulu, that's not my fault. Don't blame that on me. I spend money for my addiction, so.
Well, man, don't forget, though, that we are here for the fans. So even though I am Mr. Conspiracy, I'm a fan just like everyone else. And forget you, DOC. That's all I have to say about that, sir. But back on topic with the Dragon Ball Super. Everyone who has actually seen the two movies, like DOC said in the beginning, you've seen the first 30 episodes of Dragon Ball Super. And if you want a little bit more backstory when it comes to something like that, let's, like he said, throw GT out of the window. We're going to go ahead and go back to what the Buu Saga really was. And in my first opinion, really, I really thought that they could have did more with Kid Buu because he was such an amazing villain. And I thought that that last battle was kind of weak, you know, in my opinion, with the whole Spirit Bomb just being strong enough just to kill Majin Buu. In my opinion, I thought that they should have did just a little bit better before they went into Dragon Ball Super when it came to handling Kid Buu, because he was crazy, he was funny, I liked him, and I don't think that we saw enough of him before they actually came into Dragon Ball Super. What you think?
I can definitely agree with that. It was kind of anticlimactic on the ending, you know. Oh, he's going back to the Spirit Bomb, you know, my key weapon here, you know. But I'm also happy he didn't go to Super Saiyan 4 or something like that, because he's so angry that he pushed past his limits. And, you know, I mean, I get why they did the Spirit Bomb, but at the same time, it made it weak to me as far as an ending goes. But, like I said, I understand it. You know, you were moving past it. You might have thought this was the best you could do. And, you know, for all we know, man might have been tired. Might not have had no more ideas on how it could have ended. You know, this might have been the game plan from the beginning. I don't know. But, you know, as fans, you know, we're here to judge the show for what it is, not what we want it to be. So what it was anticlimactic. It wasn't a great battle at the end. You know, I think, you know, there have been bigger and better battles. And I think I'm glad they, at the end with Vegeta, that he finally admits, you know what, I got a family, I got a wife and kids, and I love them. Because I think it's really hard to have a bad guy who you've turned into a somewhat good guy. You've kind of done the Deadpool thing. He's the anti-hero, but it's like, man, you got kids and you don't even care about your kids. It's like, you know, I mean, it's kind of hard to relate to. Like, you so hard. I think Hitler cared about his offspring. I mean, this dude is so hard. You care about battle more than, you know, the woman you profess to look at me. I'm over here studying, using the wrong words, you know, professing to love this woman and all this other stuff. Because in the Beerus saga, when Beerus slapped her in the face like she was some random chick.
Well, hold on, DLC. Who actually did Beerus slap, man? We want to know, okay? Choir moms want to know, who actually did he smack?
Oh, Bulma, you know what I'm saying? Because she was out there tripping. You know, she ran up on a god, and I use the word god. She slapped the god. And you know what he did? He backhanded, sent her away. He ain't kill her. He could have. And what your boy Vegeta was, yes, a master before that. And then all of a sudden, oh, no, you ain't going to slap my woman. I'm going to fight you down. I got issue with that, because when it came to in Majin Buu Saga, he didn't care nothing about that chick. Now, you know, I forget the time skip from Majin Buu to Dragon Ball Z Super. I don't know what it is. But all of a sudden now, you know, I'm still Mr. Attitude, but I care about my wife. She didn't care about it when she was about to die beforehand. So I take issue with that. I get characters transform over time, Mr. Conspiracy, but what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I am Mr. Conspiracy, but unlike DOC, I do know what I'm talking about, and I will come with facts. And the fact is that it was a few years, maybe like 1 or 2 years, when it came to the time skip, because when you actually first start looking at the Dragon Ball Super, Gohan is officially a scholar, okay? He becomes a professor. He is what his mother has always wanted him to be. And that's just one thing that I wanted to point out, because DOC, like he's trying to talk about other people, he don't read nothing either. Okay, he really don't watch anime. Let's be honest here. Seriously, come on now. And my boy, like I told you before, that's my boy Vegeta. So I don't care what DOC is talking about. Okay, I thought he showed that he was a man. You know, Goku really couldn't beat Buu either. Okay, he got smacked around in Super Saiyan 3. He couldn't beat Buu either. And I just want to let everyone know that Vegeta did what he had to do. He said that, you know what, this guy's only back on Earth for one whole day. I want to fight him. And I want to fight him on equal terms. So he did what he had to do. He became evil once again. They had their one-on-one. And then after Goku got knocked out by Vegeta, Vegeta said, you know what? Now it's time for me to do my fatherly duty. Okay? So I am the Prince of all Saiyans. I do what I need to do. And then guess what? My last priority is my family, which is totally fine. He's a Saiyan. We are talking about anime here. Matter of fact, if it was up to me, my family be my last priority. Wait. No, I think they might be. I don't know. Hold on. But we'll get back to that another episode. But for DOC, brother, I think that Vegeta did what he needed to do, sir.
Well, we can agree to disagree. One of us is crazy, the other one ain't. I.e., I'm not Mr. Conspiracy. You are. I'm DOC. So you come up with your theories and I do my thing as far as that's concerned. So all I can say is that, you know, for the first 30 or 40 episodes, Dragon Ball Super, if you've seen the first 2 movies, is basically a copy of that. Now, once we get beyond that, we get to seeing basically a tournament starts to happen with Universe 7 and Universe 6. And there's more than one god of destruction, just in case you weren't aware. So there's a lot going on, and in future episodes, we'll go more into detail about Dragon Ball Z Super. We've got to get ready right now for... Anime fisticuffs, baby. Mr. Conspiracy, what we got today?
I don't know what we got today, man. I'm Mr. Conspiracy DOC. You need to keep talking, brother, so you can sound like you know what you're talking about.
Well, for our anime fisticuffs today, it is Goku versus Saitama from One Punch Man.
How about it? Shall we commence?
Mr. Conspiracy, what are your thoughts? Who do you think could win? Considering that Saitama is meant to be an over-the-top anime character who we don't really know the limit of his power other than he's incredibly strong. We know Goku starts screaming and hollering when he want to go to the next level. So how do we judge this fight? How do we judge this?
I think we need to judge it the same way that people judge Goku versus Superman, in my opinion. Superman, with all of the comic books and all of the universes that they have in DC, I mean, you don't really know how strong this guy really is. I mean, he can move planets, for instance, you know? So I think we have to judge that fight the same way we judge that. The only big difference is that, you know, One Punch Man don't have, he can't actually fly, and he don't have laser beams coming out his eyes. But I think that you have to judge them on that alone, to be honest with you, because One Punch Man, if you've read the manga, if you've seen the anime, you know that we haven't even seen him go 50% of his true ability, in my opinion. We've never really seen this guy actually get serious, so it's kind of hard to judge that. But, DOC, okay, I know that you love One Punch Man, so I really want to know how you really feel about this whole situation.
I think this situation is going to boil down to which version of Goku fighting. And if we're talking Super Saiyan God, when you use the term God to me, you know, you're above everything. You start using deity. Because one of the reasons why Goku lost to Superman, aka spoiler alert, just in case you didn't see that, is because Superman was made to be a god, basically, amongst men. He's basically white Jesus. They don't want to tell you that, but that's basically what Goku is. Okay? I mean, what Superman is, basically. So, in this case, as long as we're not saying Super Saiyan God, Goku, I think that One Punch Man wins this fight. Because, again, we don't know how strong he is. But what we do know is from his last fight, he punched the dude and it cleared the sky on half the world. Okay? And like you said, we haven't even seen 50% of his power. We haven't even seen that. So for me, I think One Punch Man wins this. Now, unless Goku find a way to grab him and instant transmission him to the sun and then they both die, that's the only way I see him winning this fight.
So basically what you're saying is that the same way you can beat any other villain, you can beat One Punch Man the exact same way.
Hey man, it ain't my fault, man. It's anime, man. like I say, these fights, they don't do things that most logical people would do. And since we are talking about Goku's going to be like, hey, you're strong. I want to fight you. He's never going to do a finish move on him. So all he's going to do is be kind and everything. One Punch Man doesn't really take anything serious because, again, AKA One Punch, you dead. And he's been looking for a challenge. So you got two characters to me who are going to with each other, keep playing, and it's going to get serious and get serious. The question is how much of the world is going to be left after they get done fighting?
Well, I actually have a real question for you since we're talking about One Punch. Okay, One Punch. I'm going to put emphasis on that one punch. Alright, we've seen the One Punch Man actually blow away a whole mountain with a silly punch, not even being for real. I don't think Goku can actually do something like that. So when you look at it from that point of view, One Punch Man busting a mountain, just a valley, just destroying everything in one punch, not being serious, we know Goku can't do that, not in the Dragon Ball Z universe. Okay, I don't care if you call him a god or not. I don't see that actually happening. So let me know what you think when you look at it from that point of view.
I think, again, you make a good point because One Punch Man is meant to be over the top. He's meant to be ridiculously strong, and he's meant to have these incredible powers. And that's one thing Goku was not made to be is Goku was made to overcome his limits. That's what when we see Goku, he's made to overcome his limits, to show people that you can push past what you believe is possible. One Punch Man is already past what you believe is possible already from the beginning. So for him, like I said, he's an over-the-top anime character, and that's, he was made to be silly, but he was made to be so strong it's stupid. Like, that's why, he gets upset. That's why the dude walk around looking like a plum all day. Ain't nobody called him out because can't nobody beat him up. So, he's an airhead. Him and Goku have a lot of things in common. Now, let's keep that in mind. They both dumb, okay? They both give you them blank stares. The only difference is One Punch Man ain't got a family, And I don't even know why Goku got Chi-Chi, but that's a whole nother story. But as far as, power to power, I think One Punch Man, like you said, he wins this fight no matter what, simply because he was meant to be overpowered. And Goku's meant to overcome his limits. Now, I guess the argument could be made is that when One Punch Man punches him as hard as he can, that Goku is going to overcome that punch and go to a whole nother level. What you think, Mr. Conspiracy?
Mr. Conspiracy here. I just want to throw this out here. And let's go ahead and look at it from this way. I feel that the whole Goku Superman, and I keep going back to that just because of how strong One Punch is, and we don't know the actual limits of his abilities. I look at Superman. He's not a martial artist, okay? He can't fight. He doesn't dodge as well as a ninja or anything like that, okay? Goku has actually mastered the dodging ability, rolls, the actual sidestep, things like that. Things that One Punch Man has actually mastered. He actually is a martial artist, okay? He actually knows how to actually maneuver his body and actually move. That's why he really doesn't need to fly, because he's just so fast. He's more like the Flash, in my opinion, when it comes to his movements and speed. But he's a martial artist. So I think that he actually would put down Goku faster and more precise than Superman could, just because of his fighting ability alone, mastered with his strength.
I won't have to disagree with you on an easily note, because One Punch Man doesn't take anybody seriously because he's afraid he's going to kill him. So in that respect, he doesn't fight 100% off the bat. You saw what happened in the episode where they were fighting the beast. He got excited over some dadgum coupons because he thought a sale was.
Wait a minute, DOC. See, now I gotta come back to Mr. Conspiracy. Now I gotta do the what ifs. So since you saying that One Punch Man never takes anybody seriously, so fine, I'm gonna do a what if right now.
Oh.
Okay, what if One Punch Man starts out the battle serious, 100% for real? What's your take on that?
I say Goku's gonna be splattered somewhere in the universe if there's a body left, because again, we haven't seen 100%. So I don't know. I don't think he survived. I mean, that much I can tell you. Like I said, Goku is meant to overcome limits. Now, what happens if you get hit by somebody whose limits you can't overcome? That means you're dead. That's the end of the story, Mr. Conspiracy. So I don't know if I like your what if in this case. Because your what if is so what if that I agree with it. And I don't like that, because agreeing with you means something's wrong. So, I don't like your what if. But I'll answer your question. Goku dies if he hits him as hard as he could. Straight up. No issues.
No issues, straight up. Okay. That's good, because now the fans actually can agree that you know something since you agree with me. Now they can say DLC actually knows what he's talking about. Finally, maybe we can actually tune in and listen to him, not just Mr. Conspiracy. I just want to just throw that out there. You know, I don't mean to talk about your DLC, but you talk about yourself every time you open your mouth.
So basically what you're telling me is they mute me and then they just listen to you? So I'm a commercial, basically? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that, man. I think you did. I don't know. I didn't say that. Fans, what did you hear? I don't think I said that.
Well, anyway, Mr. Conspiracy, we're going to your subject matter anyway, in the what if. So we're out of the anime fisticuffs. We're in the what if. So tell us, was our what if today 100% One Punch Man versus Goku? Or did you have something else in mind?
If you are paranoid, we know what you are and what you want. Stay on the line and we'll trace your call. If you are schizophrenic, listen carefully and a small voice will tell you which number to press. If you have a short-term memory loss, please try your call again later. And if you have low self-esteem, hang up. All our operators are too busy to talk to you.
Mr. Conspiracy.
So for the what if segment for this right here, since I am Mr. Conspiracy, I'm going to go ahead and give you something on a new take, which is Goku, spoiler, about the Super Saiyan God when he couldn't beat Hit, okay, on the last episode of Dragon Ball Super. And Hit actually assassinated Goku with one hit. He assassinated him. Everybody's like, whoa, wow, really? We saw the tournament. That's impossible. They was on equal terms. Yeah, that was a lie. Okay, so he killed him, bam. But right before Hit actually hit Goku and killed him, Goku somehow threw an energy blast up in the air. So later on, when Goku was just laying there dead and Piccolo, Gohan, and Goten came to him and was just, oh my gosh, Goku is dead. Well, let's try something. Piccolo was trying to restart his heart, and it seemed like that it was kind of working. You could have saw Goku's eyes actually trying to come back to life. Gohan was looking like something was happening. Next thing you know, the Piccolo senses an actual energy blast come out of the sky. He says move. Once the energy blast hits Goku, Goku's alive again. I mean, really? I mean, like, what if he's actually, tried that before in past battles? Did he have to die? I mean, could he actually do that anytime he wanted? I mean, what if he actually did that when it came to somebody, like Cell, for instance? Did he have to actually be blown up and then Gohan is left without a dad? Could he have actually become stronger than his father, at the age of 15, for instance, I mean, there's just so many what ifs when it comes to that, but I can't believe that an energy blast really brought this guy back to life. I mean, what if it was really Piccolo and they're just selling us a bunch of, BS? What you think about the DLC?
Well, Mr. Conspiracy, that is one hell of a theory on if he comes back on an energy blast. But since we know it's Goku, my theory would be is that Zemo-sama, is that his name? Zemo-sama?
Yeah, yes.
The god of gods. Here we go. We back into the realm of realms. The god of gods. He's basically Zeus, for y'all who don't know Greek mythology, and every other god is scared of him. So since he's best friends with Goku now, and Zemo-sama is special. You know what I mean? I'm staying away from the political word, but he's special to me. He's like a Pokemon character. He said a couple of words and he float around. Looks special, and drew him special, whatever. But all I'm saying is, I don't think Goku can die because he's best friends with basically Jesus. So I don't think he can die at all, honestly. I think Zemo-sama gonna be like, oh, Goku, boo. He gonna snap his fingers because he need his best friend back. That's me. Now, if the energy blast happens to bring him back, I'm okay with that too. You know why? Because, again, here's back to the whole thing about Cell that you brought up in your what ifs. Okay, well, guess what? I got instant transmission. Did you have to stay on the planet to blow up with him and King Kai? No, you didn't. You could have left him. He wasn't moving and just transported back so your son could have a dad, what most kids want, instead of a dead dad or abandoned dad, or in some cultures an absentee father for no apparent reason. I think he did that because he didn't want to be around Chi-Chi personally, because she drive him crazy. And he got to be able to get out of his responsibilities of being a parent. That's my theory behind all of it.
Wow, that's being a bad dad. I might have to do a what if on this right now, folks. Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm just gonna leave that to the fans, DLC. I mean, fans out there, do you think that Goku's actually a true good dad? I mean, is he a good husband? Would you want him as your father? I really want to know the answer to that. Because if it was me, I don't know, a 50-50. My dad allows me just to do anything I want, you know, fight, beat up people. I mean, that's great and everything, but he really is an airhead. I mean, I have to be honest with you on that. He's an idiot. But I really want to know what the fans got to say about that, so I'm going to leave them to answer that, because that was kind of ridiculous, DLC. I mean, come on, man. I mean, come on. Let's go somewhere else. You went left. Okay, let's go ahead and bring that back right, man. What's up?
Okay, well, we'll stay on topic. We'll leave Dead Be Dead Goku alone, because nobody will say the truth. Whatever. We'll go ahead and stay with it. I still think Zemo-sama is going to be the one who brings him back to life. I think the energy blast, if it hits Goku, if it does, it's going to give him enough energy for somebody else to come save him, because he can't be hit. And I want to tell you what, from the tournament and what I saw in that episode, they better be thankful they were playing by tournament rules, because Vegeta and everybody else on that team would have been dead from hit. Because that dude is a beast. And yet again, we go into this. This character is so strong. He's from another universe, and he's about unbeatable. So what is it? He can do a time skip. And we don't know how far he's extended his time skip since the tournament, up to the point where he allegedly assassinates Goku. We don't know how far his power has increased since then, Mr. Conspiracy. So I don't really know what to say. I mean, you know, I got different theories just like you do on how this man comes back to life. I really want to know how in the world is hit so hard, you know. I mean, I know he's like 1,000 years old or whatever, but they don't answer enough questions for me about hit. I need a backstory, some origin.
Well, I don't know if you're going to get that much as soon as you want it, but I can say this, people. When it comes to the 12 universes, everybody who's actually seen Dragon Ball Super so far knows that eventually they're going to go ahead and have the 12 universe tournament. I want to know if they're going to actually allow Hit to just do whatever he wants to do. Are there going to be any rules that actually hinders his abilities as an assassin? Because here's my take on this. What if they don't have any rules that actually limits his ability? Then what?
Well, I think they're going to have a big problem, because I guess if since the tournament's being done by Zeno-sama, I guess since Jesus is there, he can bring everybody back to life. So I guess it won't matter if he decide he want to go on a tirade and kill all these people. Or, you know, maybe they got rules in place. Maybe Zeno-sama don't like blood, you know. That's how, you know, I think at the end, when Goku was fighting Goku Black, and he had to go get Zeno-sama again, another spoiler alert, just in case you didn't know, you know, Zeno-sama is the one who blew up Goku Black. Not Goku and Vegeta, because they got their butts kicked. Yeah, I almost used an expletive there, folks, but this is PG for the kids. So, I'm just saying, Zeno-sama's there, he can handle it. So it don't matter if he decide he want to go assassinate people. Plus, they're going to have the Super Dragon Balls, which we ain't even started talking about those. If you didn't know, they're the size of planets, you know, and they're formed from two universes, Universe 6 and Universe 7, is where the Super Dragon Balls are. Of course, I know it sounds kind of stupid in the what-ifs that we got regular Dragon Balls, Namekian Dragon Balls, then we got Super Dragon Balls, and what's next? You know what I'm saying? Super Dragon Balls? Who knows? You know, who knows as far as that goes.
Well, folks, we're going to go ahead and leave the what-ifs there, because I want to definitely hear what you have to say about those what-ifs. And go ahead and give us your what-ifs as well when it comes to Dragon Ball Super. And also about the what-ifs that we brought up about the fisticuffs fight between One Punch Man and Goku. So as for now, we're going to go ahead and give the fans something else. And that's about anime news. DOC.
Yes, we are going to bring you what is the latest and greatest as far as anime news is. Look at me, man. I'm over here just stuttering and tripping, man. But anime news, one of the big things, if you are a fan of Sword Art Online, which I am a huge fan, wasn't happy with the second arc so much. You know, I felt like the first one, when Death was on the line, you know, it was a lot better. Even the third arc, the Gun, Gale Online, wasn't happy with that one either. But, you know, as a fan of the show, they're coming out with a movie, and it will be dropping February 18th. And it's going to be basically a brand new universe from the original Cardinal So I really don't know what that means. All I know is basically they're going to be trapped inside another virtual reality world where they're going to be fighting for their lives again. And I think when they have to fight for their lives, I think that's when the anime was at its best. Not so much when, you know, they could die and come back to life, and it didn't have the same meaning for me. But if you're a fan of the show, get ready to look forward to that. I even hear they're getting ready to drop the new arc, which is unfortunately going to just feature Kirito and new characters. So all the characters you may have loved before are gonna be gone. What do you got on your news end, Mr. Conspiracy?
My news is going ahead and gonna stick on topic when it comes to Dragon Ball Super. There are some rumors out there, but the news right now is that there's going to be a bunch of fillers at the moment when it comes to Dragon Ball Super, and they're going to bring out a new arc which might actually have Broly in it before they go to the 12 Universe Tournament, which is supposed to come out at the end of January or the beginning of February. So I'm gonna go ahead and look at it to that. But I'm going to definitely keep you guys up to date. DLC is going to keep everybody else up to date when it comes to the Sword Art Online, just to make sure that you guys can remember everything that is going on. What else we got over there with the updates and news?
I think the next update we were talking about, before the show started, I believe, we were talking about the new Narutos.
Oh yes, Naruto's. Of course, everybody knows now, especially the people who actually read the manga, is that Naruto did end when it came to the manga, and that there was a new Naruto movie that came out in Japan, which is supposed to be dubbed and actually come out here, which is the first movie of his son Boruto. Hopefully you've actually heard of that guy. If you haven't, I advise you to go ahead and get on YouTube, on your computer, on your phone. Go ahead and look him up. He is a mighty young man. I will tell you, the next generation is awesome, definitely. And not just that, but the actual new update when it comes to Naruto is the second Boruto movie that is supposed to be coming out in Japan as soon as next month, if I am not mistaken. And that is supposed to be an excellent movie, like the first one that I have heard. I haven't seen all of it. I've seen some of it. I haven't seen all of it. That is a great movie, and that's going to surpass the first one. So I would definitely keep you guys up to date on that. And DOC, is there anything else left in anime world when it comes to the news?
I wanted to say something first. His name is Burrito, not Boruto.
It's Boruto, okay? In Japanese, it is pronounced Boruto. So I just want to throw that out there for the people who thinking of eating burritos right now. It's Boruto.
Haven't you guys seen the trend here? We got Vegeta, Goku, Gohan, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, and guess what? Now we got Burrito. I just want to throw that out there because Mr. Conspiracy is trying to be all serious with you, but his name is Burrito. Because when I looked at that, I was like, that's Burrito. Why they got Burrito out here on the show? Mr. Conspiracy, can you answer that?
Well, I'm going to answer it in a different way. Since you want to embarrass Naruto's son, how about we embarrass Sasuke's daughter, which her name is Salad? Okay, so you got Burrito and you got Salad. So that's how I'm going to answer that. And that's all I got to say, because I really am starting to get hungry right now. He keep bringing up Burrito.
As far as anime news, I think we have one more news alert for you, Mr. Conspiracy.
Yeah, DOC really didn't know about this, but I just want to go ahead and bring up something that I recently found out. The people who love sports, definitely anime sports, there is a movie of Kiriko's Play Basketball coming out next spring. It is supposed to be amazing. They're going to go ahead and put together the Generation of Miracles, and also a few other great players like the Phantom Six Man is going to be coming back with some new moves from what I hear. I'm going to go ahead and keep you guys and DOC apparently up to date when it comes to that movie, and I think that you'll enjoy it. I know I will.
Well, guys, I think we're pretty much done. I mean, because I'm hungry. We're talking about burritos, salads. I don't eat salads because I think that's for vegans or whatever, other people. But as far as the show's concerned, we want to thank you. We want to thank our sponsor, Anime T-Shirts Today. Please go check them out on the web at www.animetshirtstoday.com. Make sure you get your anime gear, because they are our #1 supplier for the anime we do have. So if there's anything else, please comment, post on our Facebook page, the Midwest Anime Show. Let us know what's going on. We will gladly respond to you. We love our fans. We love this. We doing this for the fans because we fans ourselves, and that's why we're doing this. So, Mr. Conspiracy, take us out of here.
This is Mr. Conspiracy, and it has been a great honor to have DOC by my side. We will be together, and we will go ahead and bring anime all day, all the time. Go ahead and have a good day.
Bam, baby! Mr. Conspiracy. We out.